Here's the explanation for the problem. So I wrote everything I was given in the question first. Alan had 15 out of 25 the questions correct. Claire had 0.8 questions correct. That means he didn't get one full question correct, only part of the question correct. Then we have Mark, who answered 68% of the 25 questions correct. Now we're going to turn that into a percent. So Alan, he had 15 over 25 questions correct. So we're going to turn that into a decimal and then multiply it by 100 so we can get the percent of how many times he was correct. He was correct 60% of the time. Now Claire only got 0.8 of a question correct. So 0.8 divided by 25, if you make that into a decimal, it's 0.032, and you have to multiply by that by 100 to get 3.2%. So Claire was only right 3.2% of the time. Now Mark, we were given the question that he got 68% of the questions correct. So if you look at all of these highlighted percents, the highest one would be Mark. So for question A, what percent won the game? Mark had the highest percent, so Mark won the game since he has the highest percent. Now we have B. How many questions did each player have correct? So now we're going to make these into numbers. So Alan, he got 15 questions correct, so we don't have to do any calculations. We know that he had 15 questions correct. Now Claire had 0.8 questions correct. No calculations because we know that Claire only got 0.8 of the questions correct. But for Mark, we were given a percent. He was accurate 68% of the time. That means that we have to find 68% of the 25 questions that they did in trivia. So to do that, since he was correct 68% of the time, we have to do 68% and turn that into a fraction, which is 68 over 100. Now we're going to turn that into a decimal. So that's going to be 0.68. Because we know that 68% of the time he was correct, but that's only for 25 questions. So we have to multiply the decimal by the amount of questions so we can know what number of questions he actually got correct. So you did 0.68 times 25 questions, that would equal 17 questions correct. So we turned this percent into a number. So now if you look at all of the highlighted, you will see that each player had these amount of questions correct. Alan got 15 questions correct, Claire had 0.8 questions correct, and Mark had 17 questions correct. If you have any more questions, please just text me or ask me and I will get back to you.